Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Big Frazer Clarke scores a 4-round TKO over Kevin Nicholas Espindola, who I have to say I knew very little about before the fight. I had a look at BoxRec. Espindola took Solomon Dakers 8 rounds. Ivan Ditchko 10 rounds. That wasn't a bad survival job. And he's fought some, like I say, he's fought some undefeated guys, and Frazer Clarke was the latest one. Frazer, I think, was 4-0 at the time with 3 KOs. He'd previously gone the 6-round distance with Kamil Sokolovsky and won every round. The thing about Espindola was he had a record of 7 wins and 6 defeats, but he'd never been stopped. So I suppose there are 2 ways of looking at this, okay? Espindola retired after 4 rounds with a damaged right hand. And in the first round, even as soon as the first round, he was shaking that right hand. And Clarke, he got taken the distance. Espindola was out of shape. He was very fat. He's only 6 foot tall. Clarke's much bigger. Was he 6'6", roughly? So you would expect a Clarke victory. And Clarke's only had 5 fights. So you're not putting him in with any killers. And he got taken 4 rounds. So his last two fights, he's been taken 10 rounds. We talk about giving young fighters or fighters who are inexperienced pros rounds. That's an important thing to do. That's one way of looking at it. The other way is that, Clarke, although he came out, he immediately started landing left hooks to the body. He was, nice fast hands. His footwork's pretty good. He does everything well without doing everything spectacularly. And he's a big lump, a big unit. But Espindola was still landing the odd left hook. The odd counter left hook. He would hang on the ropes. He would cover up. He'd tell Clarke, you're not doing anything to me. Come get me. And occasionally the odd counter punch would go in and would land. So Clarke, you've got to ask the question, look, Clarke is a bronze medalist at the Olympics. He's had a good amateur career. He's signed to all the fanfare at Sky. And he does need rounds. Don't mind if you're a good amateur, you need rounds. But can he become a British champion? I would say, yeah, there's a reasonable chance. Can he go to European level? Yeah, pretty much. World level? The jury's still out. And it's not that I don't want to be overcritical of Clarke, because if you look at some fighters, like a Dillian Whyte, for example, early on in their careers, they didn't look like they were going to, have illustrious world-class careers, and yet Dillian did, or is currently doing. So I'm not writing Frazer off. It's just that, some people are slow burners, and Frazer is 31, I think, now. So he's not a child. He's not in fistic terms. He's not a baby, an absolute baby. You wouldn't call him a novice pro because he's got skills. He's had the schooling. But I just expect if someone's going to start tearing up world-class trees, I would expect him to be doing a little bit more. So when Anthony Joshua, gold medalist at the Olympics, when he turned pro, he was smashing right through people. Would Espindola have lasted 2 rounds with Anthony Joshua at the same stage of Joshua's career that Clarke's now at? I don't think so. So there is a possibility that Clarke will be could develop into a top 10 world-class heavyweight if he's managed right, if he's matched right. But the jury's still out at world level. British level, no problem. European, yeah, he's a threat. But jumping up to even the B-level world-class standard, I got my doubts. Let's put it that way. But I wish him well. He's British. I support British fighters. He seems like a nice guy. When he's interviewed, he seems intelligent. He seems honest. He seems very friendly and respectful. And I wish him well. But the jury is out on whether Frazer can progress to world-class level. I do have my doubts, I must be honest. And eventually, Espindola, with the damaged hand, retired after 4 rounds. He was showing out. All the distress signals were going up. And eventually, I think the referee came over and stopped the fight. First stoppage defeat of Espindola's career. So what did you think? What do you think of Frazer Clarke? Do you think he's going anywhere big? I would like to see him do the British, Commonwealth, European, and then the world level. I think for him, I don't want to see him fast tracked. I think he might come a cropper. He does get clipped. He does get hit with counters from someone as basic as Espindola, who was there to survive and maybe counter whenever the opportunity came, just to keep the opponent honest. But I would like to see Clarke go the traditional route. You know, maybe even English title, British, Commonwealth, European, and then we'll see if he's good for world level. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the subscribe button. It costs nothing to hit that button. Hit the like button, and we'll speak again soon. We've got the big one, Liam Smith versus Chris Eubank Jr. coming up, so expect a video on that, and maybe a few others as well. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.